Hello, ladies and gentlemen. The ultimate guide to the richest man in Babylon, how to build wealth that lasts. In this video, we're diving into the ultimate guide to the richest man in Babylon, the book. You'll learn the exact repeatable system Babylonians used to go from broke to super wealthy. You'll see how the exact same rules still work today for achieving financial freedom. I've distilled every essential insight, so by the end, you'll know how to earn, keep, grow, and protect your money, okay? Why this matters now? Most people will work 40 years and still feel broke. They'll earn, they'll spend, they'll start over again and again. The problem isn't effort, it's lack of an operating system for money. The book is that system. 7 timeless methods that anyone can use. What we will cover: the city that learned money on purpose, the first bucket of gold, how money starts working for you, keeping what you build, guarding your treasure, money, the 7 laws of wealth, and we have review and actions you can take. An author of this book is George Clason. He was a businessman and publisher, and he used simple Babylonian parables to teach how money works. He's very rich, okay? And his lessons spread across banks, schools, and governments, and also across different countries, because they work anywhere, any century. The city that learned money on purpose. Picture Babylon. It's a hot, dry valley with no rivers, no luck. Yet, it became the richest city of its time. Why? They didn't wait for the opportunity to come. They studied money like farmers study seasons. The Babylonian mindset is this: treat money as a skill, not a mystery. Study it like any craft. Test, learn, and improve. It's built on clear rules, not random luck. Earn honestly. Keep part of what you earn. Invest it so it grows. Guard it from loss. Repeat until freedom becomes inevitable. The king's solution. Poverty spread through the city, so the king called Arcad, the richest man, and said, teach the people how to be rich, so all of Babylon might prosper. Arcad, the richest man in Babylon, shared 7 simple cures anyone could follow. So why this still matters? Babylon had clay tablets. We have apps and spreadsheets. But the logic never changed. Income, saving, investing, protecting, and growing. Missing one link and the chain breaks. The first bucket of gold. Here's the story of the book that started it all. Arcad wasn't born rich. He copied scrolls for copper coins. And one day, the wealthy lender, Algamish, hired him for a rush job. Arcad made a trade. I'll finish tonight if you teach me how to become rich. The first rule he learned was this: a part of you earn is yours to keep. What does it mean? Not leftovers, not when I can afford it. The first slice of every coin, you should keep it. It's not about math, it's about mindset. It proves you run your money, not the other way around. So what it looks like today. For example, you earn $3,000 after tax. Move to 10%, $300 automatically to a freedom account. Live on $21,000. Live on 70%, which is $2,100. And use the 20%, $600 for debt or skills. If you do this for a year, $3,600 will be saved quietly, just with stronger habits. And the habit builds identity. You stop being a spender. You become a manager of money. Earlier resistance. People might say, I can't save on this salary. But the math works at any scale. It's about behavior, not income. Babylon proved discipline outperformed luck. How money starts working for you. The rule of wealth. Saving builds safety. Investing builds growth. Each dollar is a worker. So, if you spend it, it dies. If you invest it, it brings friends home, meaning bringing more. Here's the Arcad's first investment in the story. He lent gold, money, to a shield maker who bought bronze, made shields, sold them, and repaid with interest. Arcad's coins earned him thousands while he slept. Another man, Anson, saved 2 silver coins weekly for years. He reinvested profits until his wealth multiplied tenfold. The lesson here is that the compounding starts invisible, but then becomes unstoppable. The modern version of it is automatic investing into a broader index fund like S&P 500. Reinvest dividends. Check quarterly or yearly, not daily. Be patient, don't time the market, and build wealth. The clarity test is this: 2 sentences. How it makes money and how it could lose money. If you can't explain both, you're gambling, not investing. Here's a key problem most people ignore. Saving and investing are useless if your wallet leaks. Babylon solved this with the 10-20-70 system. Save 10%, use 20% for debt or future growth. Live on 70%. Here's the story about Dabasir, a character in the book. He was once a slave and buried in debt. He wrote down every creditor, made steady payments, and lived by this formula. And within 2 years, he was debt-free and respected. It is easier to pay off debt than to escape them. Why it works? The plan gives structure. You know where every dollar goes, and you control the number, not them controlling you. So try creating the monthly one-pager. Write income on the top. Subtract 10% savings, 20% debt/growth, and 70% for lifestyle, living. Cross out anything that doesn't fit, and repeat monthly. Aim for awareness, not perfection. Guarding your treasure. Babylon's warning is this: gold is alive, and it runs away if you are careless. Gold is like money in modern sense. So how they protected it? Lend only to people with skills, steady work, or trustworthy backing. Protect your principal before chasing any profit. If you wish to help a friend, do it in a way that does not make his burden yours. How to handle lending today? First, ask, what is the purpose, the plan, and the repayment? If it's a gift, call it debt. If it's business, write clear terms and repayment dates. If asking feels awkward, that's your signal to stop. Here's Namasir's lesson. His arc had son, and he ignored these rules. He gambled, opened a shop he didn't understand, and lost it all. Gold flees the man who will force it to impossible earnings. Here's some modern traps, like guaranteed 20% return in a year, or hype coins, influencer stocks, everyone's in pitches. All of them are old mistakes in new packaging. So here's the real success. Compounding rewards patience, not speed. Boring investments build exciting lives. The 7 laws of wealth. What this section is about. Not just 7 random tips, but 7 linked moves, methods that turn your income into wealth. Follow them in order, execute them, and let time do the work. Law number 1. Start die first to fattening, which means pay yourself first. So the core idea is save before you spend. Why it matters. The first dollar saved is a vote for freedom, not impulse. Without savings, you are always one surprise away from panic. How to apply it? Automate 10% of every check into a freedom account. Treat it like rent you owe your future self. Don't touch it, even just this once. For example, you have $2,500 income. Then save to 10%, $250, and live on the rest. The result is that you'll gain security, self-respect, and capital for investing in the future. The habit itself is a wealth, not just a balance. Law number 2. Control die expenditures, which means control your spending. So the core idea is spend with intention. Why it matters. Every raise can vanish into lifestyle creep. The difference between comfort and chaos is a plan. How can you apply it? List every recurring cost. Rank by joy per dollar. And cut what doesn't move your life forward. Keep one small treat so the plan lasts. For example, cancel your unused subscriptions like Netflix or OnlyFans. Downgrade brands that don't matter, but still keep Friday dinners because balance beats burnout. Don't burn out, so you can stick to it. And as a result, you free up cash for investing and build a sustainable lifestyle. Law number 3, make die gold multiply. Make your money work. The core idea here is that to make your money earn more money. Why it matters? You can't work 24 hours, 7 days a week, but your money can. Without investing, you'll always trade your time for rent. How to apply it? Pick a simple, safe, understandable investments. Automate monthly contributions and reinvest profits. Stay consistent. Don't chase what's hot. For example, you can combine investing in the total market ETF with monthly auto buy and dividend reinvestment. Results. It's a boring strategy, but it is extremely powerful for long-term growth. Wealth compounds while you sleep. Law number 4. Guard die treasures from loss. Protect your capital or money. The core idea here is that to keep your principal safe before chasing any returns. Why it matters. One reckless move can erase years of progress. Like I personally invested in some stocks, and those stock prices have plummeted more than 40%. So my other gains are pretty much erased. So how to apply it? Write down how it earns, how it loses, and how you respond. If you can't explain it simply, don't invest. For example, everyone's getting in doesn't mean it's safe, like crypto or hot tech stocks. If this business earns from real sales with clear risks, that's acceptable. So if you stick to this law, as a result, you avoid the regrets and let time do the compounding work. Law number 5, make of die dwelling a profitable investment, meaning own equity. Core idea, build ownership, not just appearances. And why it matters. Stability comes from assets that earn or appreciate, not status items. How to apply it. Buy only when the numbers win, not emotions. If renting costs less, rent and invest the difference. If buying creates long-term value, buy smart. For example, modest, well-located home with low upkeep beats luxury debt. As a result, you'll have control, stability, and extra investing power. Law number 6. Ensure a future income. Secure your future. The core idea here is that to protect tomorrow while you still can. Why it matters. Emergencies are not rare events, so they're guaranteed at some point, and you should be ready for it. How to apply it. Build a 6-month emergency fund. Automate retirement savings. Starts from 5% and raise it to 15% gradually. Keep insurance simple and clear. For example, 2 automatic transfers, 1 to emergency, 1 to retirement. As a result, you'll have peace of mind, flexibility under pressure, because you plan instead of panic. Law number 7. Increase the ability to earn. Grow your skills. Core idea here is that to keep upgrading yourself to increase your earning power. Why it matters. Inflation eats money, but skill raises income faster. And the best investment is between your years. How to apply it. Choose one skill that increases your earning power in 90 days. Practice daily, publish weekly, build public proof, create visible value, like portfolio, YouTube channel, or vlog. As an example, you can learn storytelling, data analytics, or AI tools. Post what you learn, people pay for visible competence. As a result, you have more income, more saving, and more freedom. And also a career that compounds like capital. Here's a review. The lesson is that wealth wasn't luck. It was discipline plus time. The wealth engine. Money are workers. Spend and they vanish. Invest and they multiply. These are the core principles. And boring consistency beats speculation. Brilliant guessing. And here's the wealth creation system in one line. Save, control, multiply, protect, own, secure, and grow. Each step feeds the next until freedom compounds on autopilot. Here's the actions you can take right now. First, pay yourself first automatically. Open a freedom account and move 10% of each paycheck immediately. 2. Live inside a 70% lifestyle. Rank expenses by joy per dollar and keep what matters, cut the rest. 3. Make money earn money. Automate index fund investing. Reinvest dividends and review quarterly. 4. Build a financial safety net. You'll need at least 6 months of essentials in cash and retirement and insurance on autopilot. And also take care of the retirement and the insurance part. 5. Raise your income every 90 days. Pick one skill with clear payoff and practice it daily. Publish weekly. And ask for higher pay once your work proves it. So to summarize, the richest city on earth, Babylon, didn't have oil, rivers, or luck. They are ordinary people who followed simple laws for long enough. And the same clear rules in the old age still apply to your digital wallet today. Keep a piece of what you earn, make that piece work through investing, protect it, own useful things, and keep learning so you can earn more. Do this long enough and something changes quietly. Your stress fades away, options will expand, and one day you'll realize you didn't chase freedom. You trained for it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give a like and subscribe to my channel for a daily upload. If you want the PDF version of this note, click on the link in the description below so I can share it with you. See you in the next one.